With Peter McGuire. He's joining us on the show now. Peter, hi. Good morning. Thank you so much for making time and speaking with us. What do you make of these headlines coming in from China? Do you think it's just a one-day knee-jerk reaction or something more sustainable this time?
Well, good morning. I think a couple of things. First off, yes, I think it's sustainable. There's no doubt that as far as a top-down approach, their top leadership pledges more policy support. So that's a positive. And that's embraced the markets. I'm looking at what's happened across Asian equities today, and Chinese equities are well bid up. Hong Kong's up, and it's taken everyone on for a bit of a ride. So let's see how it rolls over the next matter of months, but it's certainly a good sign to get some traction and a positive sentiment.
Positive sentiment for sure, and that's having a rub-off impact on crude as well, right? Your thoughts there? 83 suddenly?
Sure has. It's been an almighty week on crude. It's been dynamic. You know, we're above. I've just made some notes here. 83. We're just on the tail of 83 a barrel for Brent. There it is on the screen, and you've got 79 for WTI. So they've been very strongly bid up. It's been a very dynamic push to the upside. Crude US dollar came off in the this time last week, and it really took a nosedive. It's since bounced again, but yeah, plenty of upside for that push to the momentum, I think, for crude in the short run anyway.
What's the outlook in terms of, the expectations that we could see supplies tighten due to the cuts that we saw from OPEC and how that could influence the trajectory of crude oil prices? Plus, as of course, you spoke about the China factor.
Well, I think first off, I won't be surprised to see crude have another leg up from here. I'm not suggesting you're going to be at 90 anytime soon, but it's certainly got a rattle up. It's got some momentum, and it's being bid up strongly from traders. So there's the first part. The second part, as you mentioned, production cuts. All of that is really creating, I think, it'll be tightness in the market. And that tightness may come into effect sometime in early August. It'll really be felt. And I'm just interested. There's a couple of big global themes that I'm keeping an eye on. And whether they materialise will probably dictate how much further crude's got as far as a rally to the upside over this rest of summer.
Peter, pray tell us, what are those global themes that you're watching out for? And if I had to ask you about the best trade right now, which metal or which currency, which space looks the most interesting?
I like energy. I like, so I'm going to answer that one first. I think crude's got some more upside. So there's the first part. Let's see what happens as far as US dollar. And we've got 3 central banks meeting this week. Tomorrow, of course, the Fed, Thursday, ECB, Friday, Bank of Japan. So that could throw some dynamite into the currency mix. And then the last one, what are the big themes? Well, I'm keeping an eye on the strategic petroleum reserves in America and whether the Biden administration needs to fill those over the next matter of months. The second part is geopolitical concerns. What's going on with the ongoing saga that just doesn't seem to end as far as Ukraine versus Russia, and weather outages. I've got my mind on what's happening as far as hurricane season, which isn't too far away, and rig impacts across the Gulf of Mexico if hurricanes start to really create much angst for production.
Thanks so much, Peter, for joining in and giving us a heads up as to what you're expecting the trajectory for the entire metal space as well as crude oil.